There are crossroads in our lives where we sometimes find ourselves wearing more than one hat. For example, we may be both mother and business person, or we may be both father and son, and these happen at the same time. And so we toggle back and forth between roles, sometimes slowly and deliberately, other times so rapidly and with such fluidity that this shift is barely noticeable. In fact, we usually don't even think about it. So we just find ourselves grabbing and wearing whatever hat we find most appropriate at the moment. And this is only possible because we are innately both. So the switch is easily made. And this is important to hear. We are already both. So what makes the difference in who we seem to be? It's our actions, our intent and focus at that moment that determines who we seem to be. But we are always both. So we find ourselves at crossroads, toggling between roles all the time in our daily life, and we barely notice it's occurred. And now, with this video, I'm about to place you in the same crossroads, but spiritually. And just like in our everyday life, this crossroads could not be successfully navigated if we were not already innately tuned to the different perspectives, these different hats that we're toggling between. Because the truth is, though we seem to go from one to the other, we are always everything at once. And this is the main point I'm getting at here. We must realize that we are the one and we are one of the many, all at the same time. Now, we all have things about us that aren't balanced within our lives. In fact, it's our desire for reconciliation, for balance and wholeness that sets us all on this journey, on our quest for enlightenment. We want this oneness, this wholeness, this perfection that we know is there, but we're having a hard time laying our hand on. And so this experience we call life is, in some ways, like a darkened room. Some things we can sense well enough in this darkened room despite the darkness. We bump into the sofa and quickly figure out what that is and what it can do for us. But other things we can't as easily recognize. So what happens? Well, what happens when we have something in our pocket that we can't identify or operate from there? What do? We bring it out into the open so that now we can use additional abilities to identify it or work with it. And in this case, we're now able to use our eyes as well as other abilities in order to see what this thing in our pocket is and how it relates to us. And that's what we do, right? Well, guess what? Here is a huge truth that I hope you are able to hear. When we can't sense some of the things that we find within ourselves in this darkened metaphorical room that we call our life, we do the very same thing. We pull them out. We project these things outwardly. We do. Like pulling things from the depths of our pockets, we pull these fragments of ourselves from within us and manifest them as people and places and events and experiences and things and arrangements and organizations on a mind-boggling level. And they're now projected outward. We can see them more clearly. And by projecting them outward, we can now bring on board additional abilities to observe them and interact with them and see how they fit into our lives. So here's the first big truth, perhaps shocking truth, of this video series. Your world is filled with nothing but intimate projections of yourself. Please join me in part 3 to see how in the world this is possible.